Vegas has been going absolutely crazy after the Denver Broncos have acquired Nathaniel Hackett as their new head coach. So what's the deal with this? What is exactly going on, and what has got them going so crazy?
Right. So right now, the Denver Broncos have, very surprising to a lot of people, jumped very high in the odds to win the Super Bowl next year after the 2023 NFL season. Now, that is obviously all predicated on them acquiring Aaron Rodgers this offseason. Without Aaron Rodgers, with basically the same roster last year, they went 7-10, finished last in the division, obviously missed the playoffs, not a contender at all. But right now, they are ranked really high in terms of odds to win the Super Bowl. This is according to a bunch of different sports books. According to FanDuel, they're at the sixth best odds to win the Super Bowl next year at plus 2,200. They're plus 2,000 at DraftKings, plus 2,200 at Caesars, and plus 1,500 according to WinBet. So they have really, really high up. This is like top 5, top 10 odds to win the Super Bowl next year. This is compared to last year at the same time, where their odds were plus 5,000 to plus 8,000 range approximately. So this year, they're about plus 2,000. Last year at the same time, they're about plus 5,000. The favorites are about plus 1,000. So what does that mean? So there's an element in investing, whether it's real estate, stocks, or any sort of business, of the price of any sort of entity where the event is already priced in. So what does that mean? That means like if people think inflation is going to happen and like houses, rates are going to go up or whatever, like housing prices will move up before the actual event happens, right? So when the news is released, the price doesn't move very much because they already priced that action in. Everyone expected it to happen. All the smart people did. So the price was already affected in. Vegas, which is all the smart people, right? They're the ones that have the contacts, the insiders, the big budgets, and all the analysts behind it. They are already pricing in a move to Denver for Aaron Rodgers, right? So Denver last year was 4,000 behind the Super Bowl favorites. Right now, they're 1,000 behind. To me, that is pricing in a high likelihood of Aaron Rodgers being a Denver Bronco next year. What are your thoughts on this?
Listen, I like Hackett. I think he's an interesting coaching hire, but I don't think he makes you go from not even a playoff contender last year to being, like we said, the top 5 contention for the Super Bowl champion this coming season. There's no way that's the case. So like you said, I think this gives us more information now than ever that if Vegas is the odds of Aaron Rodgers joining the Broncos, it seems like it has some really good legs to it. And I like the real estate analogy. It's really fitting to hear. The perceived value of the Broncos is higher than ever right now. And like you said, that team from last year and this coach, it's still not doing very well. They're probably not making the playoffs still. But you add Aaron Rodgers to the mix, you 100%, I could see that. So I think, like you said, that's where the smart people are at. That's where the people that get all the information, that's where all the money is being made. So if they think it's going to happen, now I think it's going to happen. Okay, I've always thought that he's going to go somewhere. We had a couple teams in, but now I'm leaning more towards the Broncos. If their odds are jumping this high, I say we see in the next. Rodgers stated that he wanted to make his decision soon. Okay, he won MVP again. I think he wanted that on his resume for when he goes out there. Back-to-back NFL MVP. He is making a decision soon, and I think it could potentially be with the Broncos.
Yeah, and here's the other thing that I think just supports it even more is how brutally competitive the AFC is, and specifically the AFC West. So, talking about Aaron Rodgers having a high likelihood of going to Denver Broncos have those odds right now without Aaron Rodgers, and they're still in the same division with Justin Herbert and Pat Mahomes, and still in the same conference as Josh Allen, Mac Jones, Joe Burrow, right? A lot of Lamar Jackson, a lot of elite level quarterbacks. You don't get those odds. Like Vegas, they make their money by making sure they're right more than they're wrong, but more importantly, making sure when they're wrong small, right? If they're wrong big, the house loses. They can't be wrong big. They're pricing these odds here because, there is a high likelihood. Vegas is all in on Rodgers going to Denver Broncos, and at this point, I got it.